So let's get started writing an amazing paper. We're going to write an amazing paper. Remember, it's not only what you say in life, it is also how you say it. Artists call this content and form, as do web designers, as do probably a lot of other people. And, you've got what you say, the content, and you have how you say it, the form. And so when they study what's more important, is it what you say or is it how you say it? It always comes out to be like 70%. Somewhere around there, it is how you say it. The form is more important than the content. How you say it is more important than what is being said. That's particularly true in oral presentations. People really kind of get an energetic hit or vibe off of somebody. How do they convey themselves? And that is the most crucial, important thing that we look for as humans, as opposed to what they're saying, which is kind of sad at one level because, people could be saying a whole load of bull crap, but if they say it well, we are inclined to be like, yeah, but he said it well. And that takes us into politics, which I won't venture into that area right now. All right, so we're going to learn how to create really great looking papers. And we don't really care. We don't care at all right now about the content. What we care about is the form. And if you are in one of my in the classroom classes, this is actually one of your assignments to create a really great looking paper. I don't care what you say in the paper. It could just be random Google blah, 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 whatever. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Or it could be that trick, which I already showed you, where you enter equals rand parentheses 14 comma 14 in parentheses, press enter, and you get a whole bunch of random text. So I'm just going to build on creating a paper with this document that I already have right here. And I'm going to go to the beginning of it by clicking up here and then hold down Control on my keyboard, holding down Control and using my scroll wheel. I'm zooming in. I'm going to highlight that part. I'm going to delete it and just hit backspace to make sure I'm at the beginning. Deleted the A. And I'm going to go back to the Home ribbon and get rid of those that because I don't need to see that just right now. And I'm going to go to the page layout and I'm going to choose to insert a section break. Insert a section break. So I just inserted a section break at the beginning of my document. I got this blank page right here because I want to create a title page. And if I go and turn on my little backwards paragraph marker, or backwards P, paragraph marker, then I see that there is a section break here. So I could say title page, right? And hit enter. And I could say by Todd McLeod. And so, if this was a paper, I would write this as my thoughts on work, right? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And then that doesn't look so good there. So I'm going to highlight all that, and I'm going to do paragraph level formatting and center it. Generally speaking, people just say, I'm going to center it. So I just centered that. I'm going to make it bigger, right? And then I'll leave that about that size, and I'll make this bigger. And then I'm going to give it a shadow. There we go. I'll give that a shadow too. Same one. Yeah, baby. All right. I think that's the same one. So that's looking good. And I can turn this off to look at it. Yeah, that looks great, right? That's a title page. Pretty simple, good looking. And it'd be nice if this was actually in the center of the page. So I could go to page layout and go to page setup and click that little drop down arrow right there to get the page setup dialog box. And I could go to layout, vertical alignment, center. So this is going to apply to this section right here, which is the first section because that's where my flashing insertion point was located when I opened up this dialog box. Okay, and now that's centered on the page, whereas these are still vertically aligned to the top of the page. So I only applied this to this section, and that is a damn good looking, damn good looking title page right there. It's simple, it's clean. It actually, harkens to Apple. I'm not even sure if that word is a word. Harkens, is that a word? It harkens to fine. He refused to hearken to Thomas's words of wisdom. Third person present, harkens. Hearken. What is hearken? He refused to hearken. Same thing. I think it means listen to. Right. All right. So we got a title page. There's another way you could create a title page, which is to go to some place in here. They have insert like title page, cover page. Here we go. And you could insert like really fancy looking cover pages, which to me kind of don't look quite so serious, understated, simple, clean, right? Here's my research that I spent 40 years doing. Simple title right on the page. None of these fancy things. I don't know. That's just me. Sometimes this is called for, right? If you're doing a really fancy report or something. But for academic work, I think this is a really good title page. Next thing I want to do is I want to create a table of contents, because table of contents are always impressive. If you see this title page and you turn it, it's like, wow, this must be an impressive paper. There's a table of contents. This paper's so big. So I'm just going to go to the top of my second page here. I'm going to turn on my showing the non-printing formatting characters. And I'm going to, just to make sure that, okay, there's no extra paragraphs up there. If there was, I would have seen that, right? And then I could get rid of it. And I'm going to type title or table of contents just as a placeholder, That's what I'm going to type. And I'm going to go to page layout and I'm going to insert another section break. And so now there's going to be my table of contents, and I could hit one more return just to kind of move that thing down a little bit. And then on my next page, I'll have my paper starting right there. So the best way to build table of contents, to build table of contents, there's two ways to do it. We could do it the stupid way, and we could do it the smart way. And so the stupid way to do it is like, if I have different sections in my document, like here's my introduction. Right, there's my introduction. And then let's say over here, here is my methodology, right? The stupid way would be to be like introduction. Oh, too far. Okay, just there. Okay, there. Yeah, there. Okay, that looks good. Methodology. Oop, that's not aligned. That's kind of close. Good enough. That's the stupid way to do it, okay? Don't do it that way. That's stupid for two reasons. One, it looks stupid. Your numbers aren't aligned. They'll never be aligned. You can never get your numbers aligned when you do it that way. It's the stupid way of doing it. And the second reason is that it's stupid is like, let's say, okay, here methodology is now on page 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, or however I'm numbering my pages. But what if I came in here and I had all this stuff here, and then I'm going to make it all red just to show you. Control C, Control V, Control V. Now methodology is still on page 4, Control V. Whoop, now methodology is on page 5, right? So I would have to come back up here and manually go back through my document when I made changes and then manually change this. And that's right. That's right, for one, forgetting about it, and two, making errors. So that's the stupid way to write your table of contents. Do not create your table of contents that way. There is a much better way to create a table of contents, right? So I'm going to take all this stuff and format it back to black. Because I am back in black, back in black, back in black. All right, so this is a smart way. We're going to use something called styles. What are styles? Everything is formatted with a style. And right now you can see this style that we're using is normal style, right? So if you ever want to be normal, you're finally normal. Here is the style formatting for headings. I'm going to select introduction and just make it heading 1. I'm going to select methodology and I'm going to make it heading 1 because it's all formatted as like this is the main heading, right? Heading 2, you're saying, wouldn't that be heading 2? Wouldn't that maybe be heading 2? What if I had like methodology, methodology complications, right? And then since that's a subheading, it's no longer heading 1, which is like the main heading. It's now heading 2, and you can see they're formatted differently. And headings are cool for 2 damn reasons. And why are they cool? Because one is if, I'm going to take out some of this crap here so we can see it all on one page, right there. One is because if my boss says to me, and I have like a 40,000 page book, and my boss says, I think I like it if all of those headings were bold. If that was a 40,000 page document and there's like 20,000 headings in the document, that's going to take me a hell of a long time to go select each of them and make it bold. If I used headings when I created the document, I could just come over here and I could make sure I'm clicked on one of the headings. I could click this little drop down arrow right there. Yeehaw! And I could come over here and make sure heading 1 selected. There it is, because that's where my insertion point was when I hit that little drop down arrow right there. Yeehaw! And I could come in here and I could choose new style, style inspector, manage style, options. Oh, right there, drop down arrow. I love it. And I could choose modify. I love it. And I could say, make all heading 1 bold. Everything that is heading 1, we're going to make it bold. And I'm going to automatically update it. And watch, 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 watch. Here comes the magic. That and that are both now bold, right? They're both now bold. So I only had to make one simple quick change in my 40,000 page document with 20,000 headings in it. I updated it in 30 seconds. That's awesome. So that's one of the reasons we like headings. Another reason we like headings is because I can now go up here to my table of contents and I could click right here and just hit enter for kicks. I'm going to go into insert and I'm going to choose, I'm going to go to references and I'm going to choose table of contents. And this table of contents, look at that, table of contents built off of heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. Yeah, that's what I want. Or I could come down here and choose a custom table of contents, in which case I could say, hey, is it built off of heading 1, heading 2, heading 3? No, I think I just want it built off of heading 1, right? So I'm adjusting that right there. See that? How many heading levels? And now it's going to build my table of contents automatically off of heading 1, and it's going to show the page numbers, and it's going to right align the page numbers. And I could choose what kind of a leader do I want going up to the page numbers. I could choose a line. I'm going to go with line. Line, baby. A line. A line is awesome. Right? There's my line. I'm going to hit OK. Kabam! Kabam! It's like, kabam! There's my table of contents. And I take off these show non-printing formatting marks, and that table of contents looks awesome. That table of contents looks awesome. If I just inserted the automatic one, right here, it actually puts in that at the top, right? And that's kind of cool. And just notice the difference, right? When I do the automatic ones like that, when I did this little one right here where it was, you know, custom table of contents, kind of selects it differently. But they both are still selectable. And not only that, watch what happens now if I add in, let's make this bold. And back in red, back in red, back in red. Control C, Control V. Methodology is now moved to a new page. However, it still shows up here. It's on page 4, but I could come here and I could say update that damn table. Do you want to update the page numbers only? Sure. Or update the entire table, just the page numbers. And nothing. Update table. Update the entire table. Nothing. What is up, man? This one updated, so maybe because there's 2 there. This is a software error, right? This one updated page 6. Let's just play with this. Let's see how that one updated, right? And I could have right-clicked this one and chose update field, update entire table, and it would have done it. Let's get rid of that one. And we'll get rid of this one, because if something doesn't work, just delete it, restart it, do it again. And let's go back over here to references and insert an automatic table of contents. And there it is. And then let's change it. Bzz, bzz. All right, so I've changed that. It's now back on a different page. And I right click it, or just come in here, update table, update the entire table, and back to 4. I just found an error with Microsoft Word, which if I contact Microsoft, I might be able to sell it to them. So I'll send them an email and see if I can sell it to them, and they'll probably say, we're aware of this problem. The only errors they really buy is if it's a security hole or security flaw, and you could kind of show that you're breaking in. I don't know. Maybe I will see if I can sell it to them. All right, so that is working with styles and creating an automatic table of contents. We're going to see in the next videos how to finish buffing out this paper. And it doesn't matter what we say, just so long as we say it well. That's how you succeed in life. You got to be able to say it well. And we're going to finish buffing out this paper in the next videos.